No prop has been studied harder by fans than the Ghostbusters Proton Pack. Since 1984, builders and collectors have been tearing apart every frame, cataloging every part, and reverse engineering how this thing was made. And today, we're putting one of the originals on the examination table. This is Egon's Proton Pack from both Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And it's been in my collection for a few years now. And every time I take it out, I feel the weight of it. Not just the physical weight, which is considerable, but what it represents to the legion of Ghostbusters fans around the world. Today, Adam Savage and I are going to put this thing under the microscope to find out what it's really made of. But before we do that, I need to tell you how I got this original prop out of a casino just 20 minutes from my house. This pack, somehow a company called Hollywood Casino, which has a couple of casinos and they decorate their places with movie props, sometime in the 90s acquired this and displayed it there, not 20 miles from my house.
Crazy.
Yes, and I had no idea it was there. But the question is what happened to the other packs?
Yeah.
I believe there might be one other pack in private hands that another collector has, the Dan Aykroyd pack. But the other two, I don't know what happened to them. Are they still with Sony? Sony might still have one, but when they were working on the sequels, did they have access to any of the original packs? Do you know?
Honestly, I don't know. I know that Jason still has a foam Neutrona wand that he got from Ghostbusters 2 and used on Halloween for like all of his childhood. He himself is a little appalled at how, but it's a beautiful piece.
Right.
But they did a lot of relying on the incredible brain trust of the Ghostbusters fandom.
When Jason Reitman and his team have a question about Ghostbusters, they know who they're going to call: the fans. 40 years of obsessive study by people who love this world have produced a level of knowledge that no studio archive could ever match. And Adam, well, he sits at the very top of that pyramid. You have a history with Ghostbusters.
I do have a history.
Building packs and cosplaying, right?
I've been building packs for 15 years. I have some marvelous molded parts from Screen Lineage, all three packs, so like all three hero actors packs. And I've done a fair bit of consulting with Jason Reitman at Ghost Corps about Ghostbusters canon. And I've been part of his extensive and lovely brain trust of friends that he consults for ideas and expansions on the Ghostbusters universe these days.
Interesting.
Frankly, the thing that drew me almost 20 years ago was the Ghostbusters fandom, which is really, really deeply egalitarian fandom that wants everyone to play. And then this object itself is so amazing and so weird and yet so compelling. Like, again, the 17-year-old in me that saw this completely wanted to wear one of these. And I think I have the makings for 5 more packs. And it's just like, maybe I should just do one every 2 years until I die.
Why not?
Right?
You know, why not? Before we go any further with this investigation, there's a story problem in Ghostbusters that has been bothering me for a long time. Something that's never quite added up about Egon and this pack. How does Egon figure out how to trap a ghost when they've never really seen a ghost?
Oh, yeah,
Theory, that's it. Well, no, he sees the
But they
ghost.
don't even have that much science.
But when he first finds the ghost in the library, he gets the data to create these things. That's what he was waiting for. He's always been waiting for the data. And he goes back and he tells them, well, now we have enough data to actually create these. So he just needed that experimental.
Could work. I mean, the time frame seems compressed, but still.
They're very excited after this. They're like, oh my God, look
I imagine he got excited to get a lot done very fast.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't need
well, there we go. That was much simpler than I thought it would be. Thanks, Martin.
I'm just looking at all the parts on here that are completely original. There's no cast resin chunks on here. Those are all original hat and aluminum parts, it looks like.
You can take this
That's
off.
why it's so heavy.
Can I touch it?
And here you go.
So be careful, the bone broke. So it actually
if you
pulls
pull it
out.
out,
It comes out.
it's
It'd be interesting to find
You can
a
pull it all the way
replacement
out.
bone.
Those are findable.
Yeah.
Every decal is on here. That's the other thing. It's like it is worn, but not worn out. I just love these little, the graphic of these little circle
Power
graphs
levels,
on the side. Have you powered it up? Or
I've never powered it up.
Oh,
No.
wow.
I'm afraid to, actually.
Yeah,
I don't want it to start on fire.
Yeah, you don't want to release the mysterious blue smoke.
Well, that too, yeah. There's a rumor that the idea behind Egon's pack was that it would have been the first pack he built. The thought is that this was the first pack that was finished, so that's why some of the differences on this are compared to the others, because this is like the prototype that he's using. Now, I don't know how true that is. I'm sure some of the Proton Packers out there that know about this thing, I'm not sure, could tell me if that's true or not. I'd be really curious to find
I don't know
out.
if they call them Proton Packers, but...
Well, I don't know. Ghostbusters.
I love that new name. I think that's what I'm calling them.
You
in my
took out a
head.
Proton Packer?
It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be funny. I apologize.
That's in my head canon now. You're welcome. The other thing that's remarkable about this pack is the graphic work on it. Every label is a banger. They all look fantastic. They're all like really quite unique in universe. It's just so well.
When you look at this today, right? If somebody made a new Ghostbuster, a completely different movie, they would never build a prop like this.
You're right. They don't often build props like this. We get drawings and we draw things. We draw these custom stuff, and like this just has a direct connection to that sort of Heathkit Radio Shack weekend punter.
Mm-hmm. Before you go and blow us up in the comments about gloves, because I know you will, I want all of you to know that we've all washed our hands. Now, let's get to the part of the investigation that either makes or breaks a prop story, the screen match. This is where we take everything we know about a prop and try and find it in the film. But with a prop that's supposed to be in 2 films, there's twice as much to find and twice as much to lose. If we can spot this Proton Pack on screen and match it with what's on the table, that's one giant leap closer to confirming what we believe this piece to be. Let's get into the footage.
With Egon's pack, you don't get a lot of great images of it from the back, but you see so many close-ups of him from front on. So
headshots.
A lot of hot headshots, yeah. And so a lot of like the shoulder thing, like right behind his shoulder. They switched out these bolts.
Yes.
But there are 2 holes there.
But this here, if you
you've got a little divot there.
Yeah, and this around here and up here too. And this you see throughout the movie.
Let's also note this little lump right here on the corner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we see it.
You can totally see that little lump right there.
Oh yeah.
And look at these 2 vertical lines also. You can see the 2 vertical lines that you see right
here?
there.
Yeah.
They're there too.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
And
they are.
There's a little chip
They
here
look like
too.
pencil marks almost, like for
And there's the
setting
chip.
up. Yeah, you can see these 2 are there. And this third one is there.
Let me see if
What does that material feel like?
Oh, it's fiberglass, yeah.
That's fiberglass, that's aluminum.
Yeah.
That chunk is almost more interesting to me because this weld is unique to this one.
And then this piece right here, which is part of the weld on the forward piece, which has this knob, that seems to match as well. That corner right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is pretty definitive. Amazing.
Here you
The
can
foam
see
pad.
them
Look
better.
at the foam pad for a second on the.
It's a different foam pad.
Yeah, it's a
foam
different
pad.
foam
Yeah.
pad. They replaced the foam pads and the harness
harnesses.
for the second film to make them more padded.
I see enough that matches on the wand for me to feel comfortable with assuming it has lived with this pack its whole life.
Yeah.
So then if we go to the second film. So this, in the courtroom, I think this was all the semi-heroes, which have different rivets.
Ah.
And that's an easy tell. You can tell which one they're using. Same scene, but
now he's
different
wearing
pack.
the correct one.
Yeah, that's when he says Egon.
Yeah, right.
Amazing.
And this one, there is, which you can see the hole for it, there is an additional screw
Yes,
over
I can
the
see the
rivets.
hole for it.
Yeah.
So that could have been like this one was just getting its battery replaced for that shot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You've got the chip here, you've got the vertical lines.
Oh yeah, there it is. You're totally right.
And here too, you've got these on the back.
Dude, this is definitely the pack.
This is the pack.
It was also used by Rick Moranis.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
cool.
Here you can see the rivets there.
Right.
With that
Same.
new screw on top. And then if you look at the wand again, this scratch goes right across here.
Oh, there it is.
There's a
Clearly.
Dude.
Yeah.
That is 100% there.
That is cool.
So he's wearing the Spangler outfit and holding the Egon's pack.
Great. I appreciate their fidelity.
Yeah.
The audience isn't paying attention to which pack is which.
Yeah, right.
That's a definitive match. 2 films and 1 Rick Moranis.
Boy, this equipment's heavy.
If this isn't the coolest prop from Ghostbusters, I'd love to know what is. Put that in the comments. One thing that I have always wondered about this particular piece is it's very heavy. These hero pieces were supposedly very heavy, and that's why in Ghostbusters 2 they made a mid-level piece.
It is very hard to make these packs light.
Right.
The amount of detail on them, just by its nature, makes them gather weight quite easily. I have made some that are lighter weight, but it's still really, it's tough.
Right.
So there's a story that I read in a book. How Ghostbusters Slimed Us Forever, A Convenient Parallel Dimension is the name of the book.
That's a long title.
He interviewed the first AD on the show, and during the courtroom scene in Ghostbusters 2, apparently Bill Murray got into a fist fight and threw a chair at a prop master, complaining about how heavy these were.
Wow.
They were apparently 50 pounds
That's
in the
a
first
lot.
film.
That is a lot.
Because of the motorcycle battery.
The worry I have is if there is a motorcycle battery still inside this, it may start corroding and eating into the frame and to the pack itself, and I don't want that to happen.
True.
And have you opened one of these before?
I have never.
You've never?
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you would unscrew. There's lots of big, heavy Phillips style screws, but I'm not sure which ones you would open.
Well, so in the standard layout, what you can feel under here are some rivets on the motherboard. So those are rivets holding onto an angle bracket that these screw into.
Okay.
So there's an angle bracket here and here, and these screw into that. Then there is another one up here, and that screws into that. And then there's another one, a couple up here. And that's those are the 4 ways the motherboard connects to the main body. Removing all 8 of those screws, I don't think those are part of it, should allow this to pop off.
Have you ever seen the inside of one of these? Because I've never opened this piece up.
You've never opened this up? No, I have never seen a picture, and I have no reference of what any of them might look like inside. I'm very curious.
All right, let's figure out how to open this thing up.
Do you want to step in the waiting room?
This isn't the first Ghostbusters prop we cracked open. And if you haven't seen it already, go check out our episode on the PKE meter. Martin's got his hands inside that one too. And just like last time, I'm both excited and terrified.
Well, that's great, the little cardboard cutout with the... Now, there should be some guess as to what's inside. Now, any messages inside? Any
Hopefully no
hints?
rat.
All right, yeah, it does.
So it is actually, all of it's moving
All of it's moving.
towards me.
Okay.
Excellent. And the wand is in good stead. Okay, good.
You really do sound like a doctor.
And then,
Dr. Adam, we need you stat. Oh my God.
Dude.
Holy cow. Before we show you what's inside this Proton Pack, and believe me, if you watch this far, you're going to want to stick around for this. Would you mind sticking through an ad?
Hold on.
Oh, beautiful. Look at this.
Wow.
Oh, it's a polyester resin.
Ooh. These are nice,
Gels.
thick red lenses.
And look at this. This guy has a bee on it. Oh, and the blue gel. Look at beautiful blue gel right there.
Really nice blue gel.
One piece.
Bondo, you got your Bondo
It's
holding
one
in
piece.
there.
It's one piece.
Yeah, it is one piece. All laid up by hand.
Yeah.
Really nice fiberglass work. You think it's fiberglass,
Oh, yeah,
not
definitely fiberglass, yeah.
Polyester.
Yeah, polyester resin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, excuse me.
We both
All right,
smell it
so
at the
let's
same
lay
time.
that. Actually, I'm going to move this guy.
First thing I notice here is it looks like the battery was at the top and this was a housing for the battery. It seems like, right?
It certainly looks like that, but this is also a housing for
Oh,
a
geez, I
battery.
didn't even notice that.
So it looks
Wow.
like there was
batteries.
2 motorcycle batteries. That would equal 50 pounds. Right, that would get this up to 50 pounds.
Wow.
Because these are both battery boxes. This one has foam in the bottom of it, which is exactly what you'd put there
Yeah.
for your second battery. Yeah, number 2. Number 1. Wait, no, number 2. Okay, so this is clearly like a pack number 2 or that.
The interior of this thing is wild. And I'd be lying if I said any of us knew what half of these components do. But what's clear is that the Proton Pack was a lot more capable than any of us had thought.
Ooh, look at all this work that's going on here. Look at all these switches going on.
Yeah. And here are the bulbs.
Yes, right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Be interesting to take a snapshot of this and show it to ChatGPT and say, what do you think this is?
Well, this is going to be the simple chaser circuit for this. That I believe, well, let's see actually. No, these are coming out of here and coming up and going into here. So no, maybe this drives the chaser circuit. Maybe this ends up driving, oh wait, where's the wand coming out? There we are. Okay, right, so this is a tranche of wires going to the wand. Ah, this allowed you to detach the wand from the device, nice. It looks like. Yeah, and replace it if you needed to. But this one also doesn't look like, it's got a cable holding it in really nicely and solidly there.
Yeah.
They've put a significant anchor.
Look at all the switches on the board itself.
I know. What do they all do?
Here. 2 batteries on the bottom?
Yeah.
1 on top?
Oh, wait, and then we've got...
Because that looks like more of a motorcycle battery connection than
that totally does.
Yeah, this is more of an RC.
These are banana connectors. Yeah.
Interesting.
It could be that this is the charging circuit for the batteries. Again, three people who don't know electronics.
That's right.
Trying to overlap our ignorance, but it really does look in spectacular shape. Like I see no burnt wires, no loose things. These bulbs might be burned out.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say. It's a nice, simple machine, and they've made access to all the parts of it really, really straightforward. I'm really curious about how much its brain has in it. You know?
Yeah, yeah. What and what it can do, and what do the switches mean? Are the switches to do alternate modes?
Are they? Do they?
Right. Or are they just part of the programming sequence and they needed switches to do?
Yeah, because you wouldn't open it up to switch those on every time.
You wouldn't.
No, but you'd configure them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so potentially it's part of it's like your Altair.
Right. Right. Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's like that's really, really cool. I feel this is the first time I've ever seen the inside of a Proton Pack. That is absolutely amazing. I for one, am sweating with enjoyment.
I don't think I would have cracked this open if you weren't here.
It feels like we just unboxed a time capsule. I feel very lucky to be here. I feel like an explorer, Dan.
That's right.
I didn't expect that with moving props.
The prop explorers. Screen match to 2 films. Materials confirmed. Provenance solid. Egon's Proton Pack is exactly what we believed it to be. But here's the thing about a prop like this. Authentication was never really the point. The fans already knew. There's a reason people have been building these things in their garages since 1984. It's not just because they're worried about ghosts. It's because this prop invites you in. That's not an accident. That's great design, great filmmaking, and a story that clearly isn't finished yet. I'm honored to be the caretaker of this artifact. And today, with Adam in the room, I feel that more than ever.